Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're jumping right into a question that I think keeps a lot of founders and marketers up at night. Is the growth you're seeing actually real? Or is it just an illusion that's costing you a fortune? Let's figure it out. You know the feeling, right? You look at your dashboard and all the charts are going up and to the right. User numbers, signups, daily actives. It looks fantastic. But here's the million-dollar question. Are these people sticking around because they genuinely can't live without your product? Or did they just click on your latest ad? Honestly, the difference between those two is everything. So you've really got two types of users, and they live in totally different worlds. Over here, you have the marketing-driven users. Their activity chart looks like a roller coaster. It spikes when you have a sale, but they have almost zero loyalty and they churn out super fast. And then you have the holy grail, organic users. Their usage is steady, they are incredibly loyal, and the best part? They find you all on their own. So yeah, the goal is pretty obvious, right? Find more of these people. They are your true fans, the actual foundation for any kind of long-term sustainable growth. So let's really dig into what makes them so incredibly valuable. So what exactly is an organic user? Well, think about it this way. They're not someone you had to convince to try your product with a flashy ad. Nope. They were already out there actively looking for a solution and they found you. They have a real, genuine need, and your product is the answer. That's a super powerful way to start a customer relationship. And you can totally see it in how they behave. They don't just scratch the surface. They dig deep into your product's features because they're trying to solve a real problem. They adopt it into their lives at a much higher rate. And here's the best part, because they truly love it, they become your number one sales team, telling all their friends. That preference consistency is the key. They stick with you, sale or no sale. Okay, so we know who we're looking for. The big challenge has always been that finding them is just slow and expensive. But what if you could do it in just 20 minutes? Let's check out a new approach that works kind of like an AI detective for your business growth. You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. Even the experts, the really expensive strategy consultants, find it hard to separate real, authentic love for a product from just a temporary spike caused by a big ad campaign. It's a fundamental challenge for pretty much any company trying to grow. And that's exactly where a new breed of tool comes in. One example we're looking at is Atypica.ai, which, like we said, acts like a growth detective. It's literally designed to cut through all the noise and find those crucial clues that lead you straight to your most valuable organic customers. To really get how much of a game changer this is, we first have to look at the old way of doing things. To get this kind of deep user research, you were typically looking at a timeline of about 8 weeks. 2 full months. And what do those 8 weeks even look like? It's a total slog. You've got weeks of just trying to coordinate interviews, then weeks of painstakingly analyzing all the data, and then finally pulling it all together into some kind of report. It's slow, it's a ton of work, and by the time you get your answers, the market might have already shifted. Now, let's compare that to the new way. 20 minutes, not 8 weeks, 20 minutes, start to finish. That doesn't just change the game, it's like you're playing a completely different sport now. All right, so you're probably asking, how on earth is that even possible? It's not magic, but it is some seriously clever tech. So let's pull back the curtain and see exactly how this whole process works. It really boils down to 4 incredibly simple steps. 1, you ask your big research question. 2, the AI intelligently picks out the perfect user profiles to talk to. 3, and this is the wild part, it runs over 100 interviews at the same time, something a human team could never do. And 4, it analyzes everything and boom, spits out a report that's ready to go. The real secret sauce here is something called AI personas. Now, these aren't just clunky chatbots. We're talking about incredibly detailed cognitive models of real consumers. They're built from massive amounts of real data, and they are so sophisticated that they actually achieve 85% human-like accuracy in their behavior. It's pretty wild. So where does that accuracy come from? It's not just made up. The system learns from a gigantic library of information. We're talking over 300,000 social media profiles, 10,000 deep interviews led by AI, and you can even feed it your own company's interview transcripts to build custom personas. Okay, so the tech is seriously cool, no doubt about it. But who cares if it doesn't get you real results, right? So let's talk about the actual impact. What kind of game-changing insights can this kind of speed and scale really deliver? Check out this story. A fitness app was pouring all of its money into trying to attract serious, hardcore athletes. But the AI detective uncovered something amazing. Their true fans, their organic users, were actually middle-aged parents using the app for fun family fitness challenges. This one single insight completely changed their entire marketing strategy. And here's some hard data to back that up. A project management tool used this system and found that their organic users, the ones who found them through word of mouth, had a retention rate 3 times higher than the users who came from paid ads. 3 times higher! That is the difference between a sustainable business and a leaky bucket you're constantly trying to fill. So let's just put it all side by side. The old way of doing this kind of research takes you 6 to 8 weeks and costs a staggering $15,000 to $25,000. The new way? 20 minutes for about $100 a project. The numbers are just mind-blowing. It is a complete transformation of time, cost, and just being able to access these kinds of insights. And that brings us to the final big idea. This isn't just about getting data faster. It's about connection. It's about understanding. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What would you build? What amazing problems could you solve if you could have a deep, meaningful conversation with your best customers instantly? Thanks for joining this explainer.